also I'm thinking about the tempo. I think it could be a little slower.
Okay.
Yeah, so a bit in character, a bit more narrative, so you can show the little differences in the harmonies we have. No? So when we have all this, so also to make the people hear them. So it's like this kind of suffering, no? Yeah. So you can show these little intervals a little bit more, also giving them more space. Yeah. So I think the tempo maybe. And also, some of them. Sorry, tuning. Some of the octaves you are cutting are actually, the voice, finishing the voice. On guitar, of course, we can jump the octave, but we are actually, cutting one note of the voice. So if I can suggest, having either both.
Oh yeah, I decided to not cut out this.
Okay. So you play it?
Yeah.
Okay, bravo, bravissimo. Very good. So I see also here, when we have the, even the E, maybe you can listen also this kind of little polyphony, because we can hold that on guitar. So we have.
Yeah, for that part, I was fingering it over here. I don't know if I should leave it here. I was using like an open E to
get there. Yes. Yeah, you can, of course, it's possible. Just, you listen the connection. Of course, it's a good idea to use the open string. And then listen, how this one goes, like the voice follows in this note. Something with the lips and with the voice to really like make the note here. So it would be pronouncing them also every time when you have this and also to have time to listen the middle voice. Crystal clear sound. So you would go more on nail. You can also try one thing, because you are so brave. You can try it, because imagine when we pluck, we put 20 kilo of weight. Now try to put 15, 10 or 5, like a different weight. If I do or you know, you see when you do the crescendo, you can not only, you know, put the dynamics, but you could put a different weight of your fingers. A similar thing when you are going with the dynamics up, try to be more intense, but not necessarily faster. So you can still pronounce, you know. Yeah, so you put a little bit more density, but not necessarily faster tempo. It will actually do the same effect, but you will have much more time to pronounce everything. Maybe, I don't know, where is a good place to start? Yeah. Giving to the thing more time, so also the public, you know, can hear much more intensity. Okay, let's speak also about one other thing, you know, when we have the basses which are added to the flute, you know, partita. Maybe you can do just one thing. You can cut the first two strings like this, and you play everything as I used to play it, and just listen the bass. You know, having maybe it's good, you know, to stay on the place we were doing, because this has more basses. Yeah. And you can do everything exactly as you play them, and just listen the bass. Understand what you want to say, like, you know, many times, like, we treat the bass like in classical music, like, this is one. So it's like having this, like, heavy accent, you know, and having, like, the first beat, although many times, you know, in Bach music, it's so difficult to say what is the first beat, no, because, like, the bar lines are just not relevant at all. So I would treat the bass more like a line. Yeah, okay. So when you have immediately when you just listen the bass, because when we play the upper line, we only listen the upper line, and the bass is doing whatever. Yeah, so you can replay the same thing, and you can now form, you know, treat the bass as another voice, as another line. You will play a little bit differently because you are listening both of the voices. Yeah, so I let you play this for a last time, so you now treat both lines. usually we would have the upper octave on the knee, but we have the resolution of these kinds I will listen. And you can put more kilos on this one, but not everything on this open string. Just the first one. How do you play this? And then? Okay. Maybe you have the possibility to put maybe the first finger already here. The one you use for the C sharp. You could have two also. Because you have, and you could have. So you don't have this cut, of the barrel. So there's some wrong notes. No worries, yeah. So I will write it down. Maybe you can try to make 2-2, if it's possible. Yeah, play natural, no? Okay. Let's change the thing. But the fingering gets this one free, and then use always the second finger. You can actually slide all the time. So just look on that. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, so you use the second finger as a pivot. Yeah, if you like, because the problem of always when we cut the barre, we have this hiccup, to change. So you can have, and you can also, for the legato, you can still keep the forefinger. So you have I keep these two, yes, and then I move second. Yes, yes, same pattern. Yes, yeah. So you have a bit better legato here. And then you have always 2-2. I'm sorry to change the fingerings, I don't like, but maybe this can help you, especially here. Like there you can probably keep, but here I would, keep this note for a little while longer, so you have the legato between these two notes and also still the feeling of the chord. Bravissima, this is very nice. I have a little note somewhere. Where was it? I wrote like no glissando somewhere. I know I lost the here. It just happened once, like at the beginning when so you don't have this, romantic. Keep in mind that you can always have a bit more time and understand you do want the crescendo and more, but you can do the same thing, pronouncing a little bit more, taking time to speak the harmony and the chords. So it's beautiful. We have the same thing in the second, with the basses, so you can go through, this is just for washing the dishes. I cut the rough part, and because sometimes we use like a paper sordino or like a gummi or something, but this one the strings stay the same tension, so you still hear them a little bit, And also you can you keep the tension of the right hand, which is nice, and you can listen better all the lines. You can do also the other way around, when you want to shape some polyphony, or you can have two parts and just shape the mid lines. I like to work with this because our brain or our ears are okay. They always listen like somehow the highest part.
Yeah, sometimes I would take like a rag or something, and then I would mute like all the strings, but I never thought of just like muting the basses and muting the treble.
Yeah, this like what you say, stopping all the strings is also nice to check how is our piano. So if I play a piano and to be sure that they still listen in the hall, putting the sponge and then like, okay, what is my piano? So it's still speaking, in the hall, because sometimes we play piano and it's
right.
and then we will be difficult. So the sponge tells you, okay, is the attack enough for a bigger hall? Yeah, so this good. And also like if you don't want to disturb somebody, just the muscle memory, not to have like exactly the auditive side of practicing. So we can use it on in many ways. So this would be Mr. Sponge. Would you like to play also the second part a little bit more? So I stop you on some little places only. Have you been thinking of that? Because we always like think in this line, and sometimes, especially in Baroque music, we do have this continuo thing. So like thinking. Having like that you can record your accompaniment, having something, having some moderation. Feeling the other part, so you can treat all these things you have, like softer, more gentle, also with this feeling of the harmony in the background. So having when you have, so you feel this. So we would have always like a dominant to the E minor. of the chord, which in Baroque time we have this affect, theory. So every chord, every harmony has also a meaning, and later also Stravinsky color. Yeah, so not only sound color, but even a color like violet, red, and yellow. So this would be, my suggestion. So you listen also the harmony background. You can still treat the basses, and I would suggest you take a little bit more time so you can pronounce all this. Because we always have, this, but always in a different context of a different harmony. So if I do this, so we have a little different character, little different notes. Would you like to try? You can even take a bit slowlier tempo if you want. And imagine that you would, also with the sound, because you're really, really great, you can squeeze a little bit more, so you would have this, so now I would put, 25 kilo to have and even with the left hand, I will take a little bit more weight, because we have a new start of the line. Be careful, we don't have this. Yeah, like always listen how the D goes also to from the. So you can even keep this. Some density on the right hand and left hand, gives you also the dynamics, putting a little vibrato, putting a little bit more weight. And it also gives you time, to pronounce the interval. Here at the end, when you have this big interval, it would be nice. Imagine on the flute, they would go pew, 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 pew. And it takes a lot of time, to reach. It's just like saying, when I play this, and then I have to play the low note, so just the distance, because it's so far, gives me a different timing. Yeah. Same like with a singing voice, if you go, it needs time, to reach the low and the high note. So you can have again a little bit more space. This, so I was thinking if it's possible to keep both lines, I'm not sure. Yeah, so we would have, but also. Can we try this again? If we take it again in more time.
5 minutes.
Very nice. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Do you have any questions, any problematics on this?
Like this part,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes my phrasing can get broken up, especially maybe it's like a fingering.
Yes, with this moving, yeah. One thing is what I like to do. I hate barre for this kind of things, because every time I have the barre, I have to move the tension of like 3 or 2 strings. So if I can, I would avoid the barre and then look what's possible to do. Also using this, I'm very strange with fingering, so I sometimes use this like crossing fingers if it helps the legato. So this is not a nice part. This could maybe go. the same, having actually this. Or you could say also on the first string. This would be one possibility. The other one that you shift down even. So maybe a bit more elegant. So having. And even if you want, you can keep the same pattern that you always have 4-2 here. 1-1, 4-2, 1-1, 4-2, 1-1. This could also go, yeah. So either a little better, but you know, 1-1 is also possible. So you have always 4-2 up and 1-1 down.
I like that.
Yeah, it's nice. It's somehow also to have the pattern. It's nice to have the same thing, just a sequence moving, rolling down. Cool. Yeah. So that's like now avoiding the barre for one reason, because as soon as I have to move the barre, I have a cut for legato. So that's what you call it, the phrasing, you know, cut. Yeah. And also it gives you, you know, more freedom in the left hand, so you can play much more forte. Cool. Bravissima, very nice. Any other questions?
Maybe like this one, it's like the phrasing.
I would suggest you one thing, cut the bases, because you know we have these modern transcriptions, and to make it not easy is we have a base always on takatita, takatita, tikatata. Just cut the bases, and I think you will find another groups of these notes. So you can have, for example, so for me this would be actually the end. And then that's the thing with Bach and all the mathematics. We can argue if this is second voice, you know, organ and starting could make sense. Yeah? So having more or less, I think we had like this together, or also separated like that. But now you see, it could be also 4 notes and 5 notes, or it could be, you know, all this together. But it could be also 3 notes and this another group. But I think that what you have, and then same thing again. And then the basses are just helping you with the harmony. Yeah, so be careful that when you put the bass on this, you know, the sponge helps you, that the bass is just very soft. Yeah, so you plug, you know, the bass is very, very soft. And I'm sure you can do it immediately. So you follow only the upper line, and the bass just helps you with the harmony. You still have the bass, so maybe you just cut it, you know, with the sponge. Think also if you would be singing it, you know, having. Breath, having, you know, finishing. You know, so a little time here. just you know that, yeah. I think, I suggest, cut the basses, follow just the upper line, yeah, follow just the upper line, follow the groups you want, and then the basses are not, it's not the, the one, you see, for example, here, the bass is on the last note of the group. You don't understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So also, other thing, you just cut the bar lines. Yeah, so don't think in 1, 2, 3, 4. You just cut these bar lines and you just follow the line. Because somehow, in the modern music we are still more like systematic, putting, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2. And this makes us always like have this 1, 2, like this heavy beats. But if I start to think in a line, and I might have here the second beat, or I might have here the last beat, although it's written as a first beat. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So even like for the, for example, Pavel Steidl, he starts to count in a different way. So he starts with 4, 1, 2, 3, or I can start with 3, 4, 2, 1, just to not to have the strong first beat all the times, especially in Bach music. Like the first beat is never first beat.
Right.
Yeah. But you play really, really great. I wish maybe only thing that you had an easier guitar for you. I'm not sure about how much you can, like produce the sounds very, very heavy. You need to like really dig out the sound, and it's a little bit big also for you, but I think it will still grow, I hope. Yeah, but bravissima, really beautiful, beautiful playing. You studied with Scott, or?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, is he here?
No.
No. I wanted to meet him finally in person, so maybe some next time. Bravissima, very nice playing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.